Bobby. Bobby. What is up,
What it do? What it do?
people? It is the Monday Night Special, the review show with yours truly, Talitha Kume, and my baby, Big Bobby.
Yep.
Brought to you by Food for the Soul Media Group here on Vegas Hype Media on Fremont. Shout out to Quan keeping us live on FB, YouTube, and the Mixler app at Vegas Hype Media. And we are live on our FB page as well. So basically, we have a lot of stuff to talk about. Some stuff you may want to get in on. Some stuff you may not give a damn about. Some stuff you may not know about, but we are talking about it here on the Monday Night Special, the review, and our disclaimer. As always, these are our opinions, not fact, just our opinions. And if you want to weigh in, you can hit us up tonight at 702-608-3259. Again, 702-608-3259. We got a great show for you guys tonight. Babe, we need to check in.
Man.
Even though we see each other, right? But we have not been here in 2 weeks together.
Yeah,
we haven't been here in 2 weeks. So what went on? How'd you feel about doing your show by yourself?
I was super nervous.
Yeah.
I was nervous because I don't carry this show.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought it was all right. I went back and rewatched it, and I rewatched it twice.
Uh-huh.
And I was pretty excited.
So
I thought we talked about some pretty cool stuff.
Yeah.
Gypped us out of 13 minutes because I cut it short, but it was good.
Because you're so not a talker.
Yeah.
And that's why. But I think you did a good job, too. I got a chance to watch some of it. And shout out to Marcus for being here and helping you out.
Man. Appreciate you on that, Marcus.
Yeah.
Cigar Lounge. Good looks.
I know that for me, I think when I was gone the first time, was it the funeral? It was a funeral.
First week was a funeral, yes.
Yeah, it was a funeral. And then the second week, we were coming back from Dallas.
Yeah.
So, excuse me. So I got a chance, a lot going on. I got a chance to see my father.
Yep.
In the home that he's in. So that was really cool. Got a chance to spend time with him for his birthday. Drove all the way down from Dallas, 3.5, 4 hours with my family.
Yeah.
Got to see him for 30 minutes and drove all the way back to Dallas. I mean, from Dallas to Houston. Got to see him for 30 minutes and then drove all the way back to Dallas. So that's love to me. So shout out to my family for taking me down there to see my dad. Got a chance to do a YouTube concert, streamed it on YouTube and FB, and a lot of people really liked it. So I was really happy about that. And then I got sick, man. And I didn't get sick like COVID sick or anything. I got sick because I was having chest pains. And so because of what happened with my cousin's, because of what happened with my cousin's husband who died suddenly from a heart attack, like he was here 1 minute and gone the next, just that quick. I was real nervous about that. And so I went to urgent care, got checked out and everything. And so people, when your body's talking to you, man, listen to it and do take some preventative measures to make sure that you are all right. Because before, if I had not attended his funeral and that had not happened, I probably wouldn't either. I probably, it's just indigestion, chest hurting, blah, 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 or whatever. And I wouldn't have gone to the doctor or anything or whatever. I would have just kind of just try to work my way through the pain. So got a chance to go to the doctor and get that taken care of. So that's what's been going on with me. I know you just been kind of
it's just been
trying
kind
to deal with this heat.
Been trying to catch back up.
Yeah.
Because going out of town.
Yeah.
It's always a kick in the groin to me going to Dallas.
Yeah.
And I love Dallas and the people. Most of my people, about 82% of the people there I love. But outside of that, it's a kick in the face.
Yeah.
I feel like when we visit, it looks like when Biff took over Hill Valley. Everybody's driving crazy.
And Back to the Future too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Lord. Was that 2 or 3?
One of them, 2.
I think.
And I'm like, man, what is this? Last time I went back, somebody sideswiped me on the freeway.
Oh, Lord.
This time it was the same type of energy. Everybody driving bad. I have four people in front of me do this number.
Yeah.
Crossing over the lanes. And I'm like, what is this? You know? in different times of the day, and I'm like, nah, this is bad. There's no grasp on authority. I think people just do whatever they want to do.
Texas is its
Y'all want to
own
defund
country.
the police department, and people acting like this. This is crazy.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
Well, shout out to Dallas,
But we
because
still
whenever,
love y'all though, man. It's still home.
whenever I go out there, I usually have a pretty good time. So, and being able to visit friends and family and stuff like that. So it wasn't really bad for me. But so that's what's gone on for us for the past 2 weeks. So we are trying to just get back into the groove of being on the show because we missed it, or I missed it.
I did. I really wanted to be here last week.
Yeah, I know.
I did.
And I went to the hospital right around that time. What, it was like 5 or 6 o'clock.
It's 5 o'clock.
So we couldn't do it anyway. But you guys, I am back and I'm feeling much, much, much better.
Yes.
I wanted to shout out because I have these awesome earrings on. All of you all that can actually see me.
Those are fire.
These leather earrings. So I wanted to shout out this boutique because I had a good time when I went to Kansas City, and her boutique is called Sugar Foots. SUGAFOOTS Closet, spelled KLAZET. We would just mess up some spellings, won't we? And it is located at 1107 Westport Road, 64111. And I don't mean it in a bad way. I'm just saying, like, when you want to stand out, you spell stuff however you want to spell it to make sure that it's, completely yours, you know? And so, anyway, shout out to her. So these earrings are awesome. So if you get a chance to go by there and you're in the KC area, look her up. So I want to go ahead and get into the show. I want to talk about this meme that I saw on FB. And it said, all men benefit from the actions of violent men. It keeps women in check. It allows men to perform the barest minimum and still feel good about themselves. Mm-hmm. The existence of violent men grants good men awards for basic decency. What the heck?
Well, who wrote this, first of all?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm always scheming through FB just trying to find some really peculiar, interesting stuff to talk about. And that's what came up. All men benefit from the actions of violent men. It keeps women in check. It allows men to perform the barest minimum and still feel good about themselves. The existence of violent men grants good men awards for basic decency.
Yeah, I don't like it. I think it's just a weak statement to justify murderers.
You think?
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. It's like, read this so you can know there's murderers out here and they matter. It sounds like that to me. What's the point? Why are we focusing on that?
Why do
we have to focus on violent men make good men better? Duh.
But I think that there is kind of sarcasm in it. I think it's sarcastic to say that, and the reason why I brought it up because I'm always for the plight of you men, you guys, because I feel like you guys are just fading away. You're disappearing. Nobody's talking about you. Nobody's commending you. Nobody's doing stories on you. It's all about us women. Right. You know what I'm saying? And we can't do this alone, although some feminists may tell you different.
Right.
So when I saw this, it seemed like they were saying because of violent men, because somebody is so violent or abusive or aggressive or whatever, because they're so bad, it makes men that are good have to just do the bare minimum to be considered good, if that makes sense. So like you're a good dad, or you take care of your kids or whatever. You're like, oh my God, he's the greatest, comparing you to somebody who abuses their kids or, beats their wife or whatever. So now you're the greatest, or you're only doing the bare minimum, but you're just doing something that you should be doing anyway. That's what this is saying.
Yeah. Okay. I can see that.
So it's saying that. It's saying so because of that gap, that wide spectrum of men that are out here just doing the most, these good men are like, shoot, all I got to do is not hit her, you know what I'm saying? And maybe bring in some money or some, sex her down every now and then, and I'm in there. So,
but yeah, that's kind of like, right? Isn't that kind of obvious? I mean, I don't know, man. I'm kind of lost. I know what they're trying to say and what they're doing, but why?
I think that they're trying to tell me, the violent men are making the other men just be able to get by with mediocrity, and they're not having to step up because of those men are that way.
Why are we highlighting violent men?
I don't know why they're highlighting violent men. I'm just saying that that's what I think that they're trying to do. They're trying to say that, to me, it kind of like men ain't shit pretty much. I don't, that's the only way I could take it. That's the way it seems to me. Like some woman wrote this.
Yeah.
That's what I feel. And, it's kind of like, okay, well, y'all really don't have nothing for us to be clapping about.
Right.
Y'all doing the bare minimum, and the only reason why you're doing the bare minimum is because these other guys is just jacking up so bad it's making you look good. So it's making us women kind of thirsty to say, okay, I'll just take any man as long as he ain't hitting me or doing me wrong.
Right.
Then he's good.
Well, let's talk about a woman who had jacked up.
Who? What?
And,
I don't. What you? What woman? You talking about the mom?
Yeah, this woman. Okay, Jacob Copeland signed a deal on ESPN, and his mom walked out whenever he made his decision in school of choice.
Right.
I think she messed up. I think she was pretty pathetic for that.
Yeah.
You raise this young boy to be a man and make his own decisions.
Right.
And whenever he made his own decision, now you don't support him.
Yeah.
In front of people.
Man.
You get up and walk off in front of people. Now you look like, you can't gain those points back. You can't go sit at all his football games now and get looked at less than what you looked like that evening whenever you got up and walked out on your son.
Right.
Making his own decision as a man that you raised.
Yeah.
That's piss poor.
I think so too. I can totally agree with that. I felt so bad for him. I was looking at all the comments that they were saying about her, and I'm like, what would make a mother just do that? He looked like he was about to cry almost. And I was trying to read his reaction on what he said after the fact, and he sent out a tweet just saying, yeah, my mom, she be high side, and she's an actor, she puts on all these fronts or whatever, and that was just her being super dramatic. So he had to kind of take up for her, to me, to even have to post that. I don't give a damn how super dramatic I am as a mother. I would not do that on national television to embarrass myself and my son. Not what I mean, I might, you might see my face because, everything shows on my face or everything shows on people's faces a lot of times.
Right.
But to get up and walk out, I mean, she got up, grabbed her little purse and walked right in front of the camera like, man, I'm
there
out
for a
this
second and then walked off. I'm like, man, that is crazy. Sports are tripping right now.
Yeah, and so
the people hosting these sports are tripping right now.
And because the interviewer was like, hey, so what's going on with your mom? Why do you think she walked out or whatever? Just kind of instigating.
Yeah.
And I know that it needed to be said because everybody was watching, so somebody needed to address it. But it still kind of made him look it was more embarrassing for him to have to answer like, I don't know why she walked out. Like I wonder
know. what her excuse is now. Was the dad in the picture? Does he have a dad in the picture?
He didn't say anything about it, so I'm sure he'll be doing interviews more and more. Because this happened a couple of weeks ago or so. So I just kind of saved it so we could talk about it on the show.
I've seen that type of energy from other mothers who just don't have a dad in the picture.
I really wanted my brother to call in, and so hopefully he'll call in. If not, then we'll just skip over that. But I know that him being a sports father, of someone who is at that caliber in sports to where they're getting viewed on TV, ESPN, CNN, all that other kind of stuff or whatever. I just wanted his take on what are parents going through, like to do that. So something must have happened, in my opinion, for her to be like, okay, you're making the wrong decision and I don't support this. That's the only reason why.
She had on like the gear, didn't she have on like the jersey,
she had on all the Alabama.
Right. She had on all the gear, so she was really a representer.
Yeah.
So her heart was just as broke while she was standing all there with all the stuff all on, looking all like a super fan. Like she went and bought all the stuff at the store, put it all on for the thing. My son finna. And he clowned her.
And her son didn't.
Yep. So, I mean, I get it. Yeah, I get it on both sides, man. I know she was dejected feeling and all that, feeling like I pushed this man all these years and I raised the man. I bought all these damn cleats and I went to all these games.
Yeah.
So I can see that too from her end. So we're not beating up on your mama, young man.
Yeah.
It's just that was just a little trashy how she handled it.
Yeah, how it's handled.
But let's talk about Sha'carrie Richardson now.
Sha'carrie, I think.
Forgive me.
Yeah.
Because I think I heard you say it wrong earlier.
No, I didn't say no Sha'carrie.
Oh, you said something. Anyway, let's talk about that.
Okay.
Now, they're this woman, now did she get suspended or kicked out the games?
She got suspended from my I think for about 3 months from all of the articles that I've seen.
Yeah.
But she would have been eligible to still go to Tokyo if they would have chosen her for the relays. But she got eliminated from the 100-yard dash. Like
right.
not the 100-yard dash. I'm talking about grade school.
I know what you're talking about.
But yeah, so she got eliminated from that.
I'm convinced that like the studies of like THC must be so inconclusive. Like they must be to where they don't know how they affect each person individually, and they probably never will figure that part out.
Yeah.
And because of that, they had to
make an example out of her.
Do this because like they're not sure if this is why she's lightning. You know, because all these Jamaicans are coming over here lightning. Are they smoking too?
Of course, you're Jamaican.
But I'm just saying, like I don't think lightning bolt does. You know. But I'm just saying they're probably adding all that in to thinking that maybe whenever they cut her out. But I'm like, you can have a full blown penis and be on a ladies team, and that's fine.
Yeah.
But you can't do anything that's kind of enhancement. So they're trying to say in that sense, a full blown penis is not really enhancement.
It's not.
It's not. It's just not. It's just an appendage. It's like a hand or.
That ear. Is the dumbest.
This is okay because I'm trying not to cuss. Together, I'm adding that shit together. This is how it's looking. It's looking just like that. Think about it.
Because it doesn't make sense that, and I understand the rules. So everybody's arguing the rules. She should have abided by the rules.
It's not rules on the other end either.
Well, I'm saying I agree with the fact that she should have abided by the rules. Okay, right. So somebody was not looking out for this young baby because that's what she is.
She's
a baby.
To the game, man.
She's 21 years old.
Right.
So
right.
Nobody was looking out for her to say, hey, you have all of this writing on you, and you can't think that you are above the law. You can't think that I'm so fast and this and that or whatever that I can't be touched.
Yeah.
Because I think that whatever happened, whether she smoked it for grieving purposes or whatever, somebody dimed her out because they knew they was like, oh, okay, I'm finna hate on her real quick because whatever reason they hated on her for. But on the other hand, the fact that weed is not an enhancement, but like you said, some people it could be
right.
for that, but the contradiction in the fact that, like you said, I can let her go and say, hey, you're suspended, but I can have a man in your race or in the field that you're in, and they claim or identify as a woman, and then they can race against you, and that's cool for me to do that. That doesn't make any sense to me.
To me,
it makes none.
If they believe this, if they believe, like they say that your sex doesn't really matter. Right, but why is it separate then? Why are they separating and keeping sports separate? Why hadn't there been more women in football?
Yeah,
or in the regular league. Why is it basketball separate? Why is it not?
Yeah, because they know that there are differences between men and women. Period. So
they're fighting the wrong stories.
Right, right. So if I'm a man and I'm able to run against her or compete against any other woman, I have an unfair advantage as well. So that's not an enhancement?
I would think, but I guess they don't think so. I guess they're making it that way.
Yeah,
stupid. So the way it's no longer.
It's stupid.
I don't know.
It's stupid. But shout out to sha'carrie, if that's how you pronounce your name, baby. I'm sorry, sha'carrie. Yeah. You'll get them. You'll get them next year, man.
You were just too young to try to do things, or you didn't have enough skin in the game to be that open.
Mm-hmm.
You have to put in some time.
Yeah.
To be that open and get away with those things.
Yeah, and have some people really around you to protect you, to make sure that
because I know cats in the NFL who chief.
Yeah.
And they do it regularly.
Mm-hmm.
And they're the fastest guys in the league.
Mm-hmm.
But that's their business, and nobody else knows that.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I don't know. But let's talk a little bit about this stupid, moronic, backs that thing up. This song. To me, okay. This was shitting on a culture. This was taking an iconic song that has pulled people through a lot and just spitting in its face with foolery. And I don't know what they were thinking. I know they got a fat check. That's what everybody's talking about. They must have got a fat check because there's no way they would have done this. But I'm embarrassed for them.
Yeah.
I'm embarrassed for the whole Cash Money family.
Yeah.
And for New Orleans as a state. For this here.
For city, yeah. Uh-huh.
I mean, your city, my bad. And Louisiana's a state
as a
for
state.
this.
Yes. Yeah.
Because this was bad.
It was the most ignorant thing that I've seen in a long time.
It was like tap dancing, man. It was bad.
It was real Sambo.
It was
real Sambo.
Yeah.
I feel like, everybody's trying to get in on what's hot or what's this or whatever, and they're really trying to target our African Americans, and that's why it's even more moronic that they even chose to do it. Like, I would have said, hell no, I am not going to do this. Oh, okay, well, yeah, we're talking about the vaccine. We need more y'all black people in the hood to get vaccinated because y'all not doing what y'all supposed to be doing. So let me put this song out here that was out 10, 15 years ago, however long ago it was out, and add this remix and have women on there backing it. What?
And then like Mia X. The Mia X thing pissed me off. When I saw her on there, I'm like, nah, that's not Mia X.
It was.
Because I just got through listening to Max Shell Shocked, and that was the hardest Mia ever went.
Uh-huh.
Her lyrics sounded clean. It sounded like this could be the next. She was on point. And whenever I saw her in that, I was like, yeah, that kind of matches all the rest of that other Mia X the way it sounds. You know what I'm saying? I was just disappointed.
So it's like they needed money or something. It was just stupid, and that's just not a representation of who we are. And I would hate for people to think that, but it just seems like the more and more we look at television and whatever, people are just selling out left and right, for their own selfish gain, and just continuing to make us look like idiots.
Right.
Period.
It's sad because I don't know what are you doing? What are you doing with the gain?
Yeah. Period. Are you giving it back? What are you doing with it?
Buying a car and some necklaces or something. I mean, what are you doing? Because I don't know. Yeah. I mean, I'm sad for you guys. That's embarrassing.
It was bad.
Stop it. Don't ever play it again.
Who won't listen to it?
Right.
Won't do it. I just saw an article also about the new studies that prove that a nurse that was fired in Kansas City, Missouri, was right about the drug, and I'm gonna pronounce this wrong, hydrochloroquine.
Oh yeah, the hydrochloroquine drug that she had Trump on board with it.
Yes.
They were speaking about this drug, and they thought she was a kook, and they fired her.
Yeah, back in 2020.
Yes.
Saying that it does reduce the infection of COVID-19, and found out that it surely does. So a new study came out, and she was right. Trump got on board, and he was correct. And they made them look super stupid and fired her. For giving her,
I'm pretty sure she has a decent job now. Yeah. Hopefully.
Possibly.
Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty bad.
Yeah, so
well, now what is this? Now they're saying that this drug works for this next couple strains of COVID.
I think they were saying about the COVID
just the 19
when it came out that it actually was helping, and so they looked kind of dumb saying no, it doesn't help or whatever. They said it helped, and then the government and Fauci and all them was like, no, that's stupid. No, don't, whatever.
For whatever reason, that it would work for this Delta variant.
I don't know. I didn't get all into the article. I just know that this particular nurse, it was in the article was saying that she was one that does studies on these type of things, so she knew what she was talking about, but nobody wanted to listen to her. And I just think it's because they wanted to let it play out. That's my personal opinion, but I don't want to. I try not to shut up. I try not to talk. Anyway, I try not to talk about that too much, but yeah. So that was bad. But I want to talk about how obsessed we are with drama and not common decency. So I saw this other article somebody posted this year. I saw it, but it actually happened last year in June of 2020.
Okay, so we were late on this.
Right, so we were late, but somebody posted it, so now it's kind of getting buzz, right? And so the reason why I want to talk about it was because it was about two black gentlemen that were heroes. Yeah. We don't get those type of stories. We don't hear about those. We hear about the killings. Right. We don't hear about these heroes, or the heroic men. So it said 2 young men are being held as heroes in Grant County after rescuing a man from his burning home. The guy's name, in Marion, Indiana, the guy's names are Trey Jones, who's 25, Marcus Harvey, 24. So they saw danger and they went in and handled business, right? They were in a neighborhood when they noticed the fire. The guy says, I smell smoke. Somebody's house is on fire. Jones said there's people in the front yard and some of them are recording. So as he walks up, he said, they basically tell us there's a guy inside the house. We didn't know where he was at, just heard him screaming and everything. Yeah. And the man inside was trapped by smoke and flames. Then I started hearing him, Jones said, and I'm like, so why are you all just standing there? So he decided to take action, risk his own life to save a stranger. The stranger's name was 56-year-old Guy Tarleton, who had fallen asleep while cooking Father's Day dinner. The fire is believed to have started in the oven, and his nephew said that he didn't have any smoke alarms, smoke detectors. So I guess to alert him.
So you said this rental property didn't have but one alarm?
No.
Or detector?
I said it didn't have smoke alarms at all. I said it had no smoke alarms.
Oh, none.
Yeah. None at all. And then it was 30% of his body that was burned. And so they went in and risked their lives to save this man. And I had to look him up because I'm like, okay, I want to tell the story about them being heroic, right? But I wanted to find out what happened because it was last year. So when I looked it up, and looked his name up, I found out that he died. He died a week later, from complications or whatever. And so what I want to talk about is the common decency part.
Yeah.
Why? Same thing with George Floyd. Why are you sitting here recording and watching this man's house burn, and you can hear him screaming audibly like the guys said? So think about if any of them that were recording would have went in a little bit sooner than before these two guys got there, could he be alive now?
The filmers, they could have saved him.
Could he be alive now?
Yeah, just a few minutes. All you need was a few extra minutes.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Honestly. And so it's just like this world is gone to crap. I just don't understand it. So what? You started recording as this man is screaming.
Yeah.
Nobody's going in to try and help or anything like that or whatever. And these two gentlemen risked their life. Nobody's talking about that. Nobody's talking about that. And that's just crazy to me. And it doesn't make any sense.
But do we ever, though? Because I feel like forever we've always pointed out when somebody did something bad, but like all the good, you just kind of let slip.
But I mean, it's silly. It just doesn't make any sense. Why would you let it slip?
Because we haven't been taught to give our flowers. Like we need to start doing that.
Yeah, but that's why I say that. Like even on Facebook, I remember a long time ago I was saying how a lot of times women will get on there and talk about, oh, I'm so mad because my man did this and that or whatever. And I was like, why don't women get on there talking about the positive things that their men do, that their men do or whatever, so we can see that balance of what goes on. But every time you talk about something negative,
we're addicted to foolishness.
And then you wonder why your girlfriends or your family don't like the dude you dating or you messing with, because every time we hear about it, it's all bad.
Yeah.
You never tell us nothing good. You don't share nothing good with us.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Totally.
So it's kind of like, it's just, that's kind of how this is to me. They didn't get any props, but for whenever, maybe their neighborhood at that time, but nobody says anything about those people that are out there just, filming. And that's just where I say the common decency, we have absolutely lost that. There's no way that they should have been in there, helping. They should have been helping that man instead of recording that man.
We've walked away from that. It's sad.
And I can't say, I just don't know if we'll get it back. So it's discouraging.
And we use these we's, but it's not everybody, but it's a bigger number, bigger percentage of fools. Like I try to share a book, and I'm not saying these guys are fools, but I shared a book with a few buddies. Mm-hmm. And I did this on purpose to see what would happen. Okay. Shared it with a couple of my white buddies and a couple of my black buddies. Okay. To see who we'd have conversation with. Uh-huh. And I haven't had any conversation but with one of my black buddies about this book. Okay. And I'm like, this is sad. Yeah. Yeah. It is. It's like if I would have said, hey man, turn on HBO and watch this foolery. Yeah. I'm all on it. Let me just, let me do that. But you want to hand somebody some knowledge for free, and it's, it's it's like cussing them out. You might as well slap their mama. Yeah. And it's sad. It's sad. Well, I want to talk about the last place we went to eat. Is it a yay or is it a nay? And we got two places because we were in two different locations. So when I went to Kansas City, I went to a restaurant called Gus's World Famous Chicken and Waffles. Yep. It was good. The only thing that I did not like about it was the fact that the chicken was very spicy,
right? So when they
Yeah.
brought the chicken out, so I'm sitting there like trying to eat the chicken, like, oh my God, I think I'm finna die because it was so it was so spicy.
And they
And so
took
we
you
had
here
to
knowing that you can't have this spicy stuff?
well, I don't know. So cause Lonnie had went before, so we
Okay.
went. And then we had greens and everything. And I think my cousin got chicken and actual waffles, but I got chicken and greens and macaroni and cheese or something like that, I think. So the food was good. It wasn't bad. It was kind of lightly seasoned, like, like no black mama was in the kitchen at all making this except for the chicken. It was super seasoned. And so the guy, the restaurant, the waiter came over there and I'm like, hey, so do you have to ask for this chicken kind of seasoned? Like, do you have some that's mildly seasoned? And he was like, no, he said, that's our famous batter. That's the reason why people come from all over for our chicken. So, and I'm like, well, to me, you could have let us know that the chicken batter was spicy before you have somebody just order the chicken, because it doesn't say that on there. It just says, get our Gus's chicken plate. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm gonna try the Gus's chicken plate. But it doesn't say that. So me as a person,
they don't have a mild.
It's just that. So me as a person who can't do spices, I should have been aware of that, and I probably wouldn't have ordered the chicken. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's the only thing that I didn't like about it. The service was really, really good. We sat outside on the patio, and it rained on us. So it started. We had just finished our last bite and got our to-go boxes, and it started pouring down rain. So we made it just in time, but the prices were good. Oh, and they're known for their famous fried green tomatoes.
And did you have any of those?
I did, and the fried green tomato was amazing.
I like those.
It was good.
You don't get them that much. Yeah, but yeah, they're all right.
It was good. So
it's
I would say
I don't like okra, but it gives me like a good okra feel.
Yeah, I don't like okra either, so it doesn't taste like okra at all, or I wouldn't have eaten it.
Right.
Okra is nasty and slimy.
It makes me feel like if I liked okra, it would taste like that.
Yeah, it doesn't.
I don't know.
It doesn't at all. But for them, I guess chicken wings, drumsticks, whatever,
give them wings.
I would give them a 3.
3 wings.
1 out of 5. I would give them a 3.
For sure.
Because the food was okay. It wasn't bad. The service was good. But that spicy thing could have took me on out.
Yeah, that would have been a disaster on the plane and everything if you would have tore it down.
Yeah. So.
What?
Bad.
We're going to go with Hall's Chicken for your boy.
So it's Hall's. I said Henderson's, boy.
No, it's Hall's.
Okay,
it's the original. It's not the original Hall's, is it? It might be.
Okay.
No, it might be the second one.
Okay.
But I had Biscuits pull me up to the joint.
Yeah.
And he's in his new truck, so it was all good, man. The service was absolutely garbage. Like, the dude, he didn't say nothing to us when he came to the window. Yeah, let me get 3 thighs. Hand out. All right.
Gave him the money.
You know what I'm saying? Shut the window. Came back, gave the change, shut the window.
What?
And didn't even bring the food back. It was some other guy who did. And the guy who brought the food back, I've seen before. And he's a good guy, hood. So his customer service is just right at,
trash.
It's right at enough, the other guy.
Okay.
But the other dude, I don't even know why he was working there.
Yeah.
And he wasn't a mute or nothing, because I heard him like talking whenever you shut the window. So he was just a rude bastard.
Yeah.
But the food was acceptable.
The food was acceptable. Okay.
Yeah, it was pretty decent. I'm like, it's a pretty good bird. I ain't get no potatoes, so I don't know how that tasted. But the chicken was all right.
Yeah.
They gave me 4.
Okay.
I threw the other one away because I asked for 3, but it was good.
Yeah.
So
okay. So then, what do you say about food that's good but customer service that's whack? Would you still go back if the customer service is trash but the food is good?
Yeah, because I ain't here for my feelings like that. You know, I mean, I'd appreciate some decent customer service, but you don't know how to do that. You know how to cook good food. So I didn't come here to get no good customer service. I'm not gonna take that back home and crack some good customer service before I watch the Netflix. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, let me eat this customer service. No, I'm gonna eat this food.
Okay.
So
you'll go back.
Go ahead, whatever. Do what you got to do with that. But
so chicken.
I'm letting everybody know you suck on that end.
So short thighs. Short thighs.
Short thighs. Yeah, he look like the kind of guy who would say short thigh too.
So short thighs, 1 to 5. What you give him?
I'm gonna go ahead and throw him the full 5 short thighs.
Really?
Yes, even on his terrible ass customer service.
What?
Yep.
The full 5. They was that good, Bobby?
It was consistent. It was hot. We had to drive a little ways back to the crib, and I ate it, and it was still good.
But that's just because they don't have any good chicken joints out here, I'm sure. That's like, are you hungry and you get offered a cracker. That's what that
What is
was.
that? Anything bitter tastes sweet.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
what that was. So okay, cool. So Hall's, Gus's
I'm
world
gonna give them
famous
4. Let me
chicken.
take one
Okay.
in back. 'Cause I'm gonna go ahead and just take that back on that customer service. You're right.
Okay.
I'll give them 4 though.
Okay. All right. So 4. All right, you guys. Well, that is our our food review. And if you're tuning in now, if you're just tuning in, I'm sorry, you are listening to the Monday Night Special, the review, and we are going to be right back after this short break.
Yay. Yeah.
Dry and raspy. And we're back. If you're just joining us this Monday night, we are the Monday Night Special, the review by Food for the Soul, with me, Talitha Kume, and my baby, Big Bobby B, on Vegas Hype Media. If you guys want to call in, you can do so at 702-608-3259. I got it down, 702-608-3259. So you guys, we are talking about stuff. And if you want to talk about stuff, leave us a comment in our comment section on what your thoughts are. So now we're going to talk about Vegas news, and I want to get done real quick so we can do this this song review and get to the end of our movie review if we have time to do it. So Las Vegas minimum wage increases by 75 cents. So starting July 1st, which is passed already, Nevada's minimum wage will increase by 75 cents. And then it's going to increase in increments annually through 2024. So it says the hourly rate will be a rise to about $8.75 or so an hour for employees that have benefits, and then $9.75 for employees if they don't have benefits. And I just didn't know how to feel about that because I'm at a job, thankfully, praise the Lord, that I'm way past minimum wage. I wouldn't even be taking the job. So they're saying that this is good because there are not a lot of people who are even struggling with this. Like Vegas was already paying above minimum wage a long time ago. And so they're like, okay, this is cool. It's not a big deal because people have been making above that anyway. So it's, because I didn't know how to feel about that. I was like, okay, so 75 cents.
Yeah.
And then you're doing it over this time span or whatever. So now I'm privileged because I'm making $8.75 in 2025 or something. Well, what in the world? You know what I'm saying? Like, what? Who's doing it? Who's happy about that?
All of that's so wild that we're still even talking about this so long.
Yeah, it is. It is. I agree.
Yeah, I don't. But that's crazy, just like the Storming the Gates of Hell ministry.
That transition was crazy, listen, Bobby. What?
Church folks and niggas. I didn't have any transition for that. I just want to go right into it.
Because we should have talked about the people quitting their jobs with the minimum wage, but
but no, that's not. You didn't talk about that yet.
No, I know that, but I'm just saying nonetheless because this was a church that we saw we were somewhere driving down.
What does that mean? Storming the gates of hell means that you're going to hell.
Yeah.
So why would you name your church that? Did you do any reading or research or call your buddy, call up your uncle? Hey, Unc, does this sound like a good name of a church? You know, yeah, nephew, I think that's, you know what? That might even be even better than, is that what your uncle said to you?
No.
Because, dude.
Because I
all on the side of the bus and everything.
I noticed it, and then I'm like, wait a minute, Bobby. So as we're driving, I'm like, you know, and no disrespect to this church ministry, but this is just an odd name. So you would have to really probably explain what you meant by that, because when you think of storming the gates of something, I'm coming in and busted it open like, well, we finna get it.
Yeah.
So it should have been storming the gates of heaven.
So you're gonna storm the gates of hell to do what? To go hang out? Because I mean, the whole point of the whole church, the idea is to stay out of that place. Right. So you y'all need to go back to prayer. Y'all need to go back to y'all's early morning before church prayer, man, and pray about that one.
Yeah, and get that one together. So we thought we'd just talk about that, because it's just crazy how a lot of church people, they just kind of, you know, we just don't do a lot of reading.
Just
my people,
stuck, right?
we don't do no reading. So right. you just oh yeah, that's a dope name. I'm gonna go ahead and do that, or I'm gonna go ahead and even naming our children. You know what I'm saying? Like,
do you know you named your child Delilah? Do you know who Delilah is?
You know what I'm saying?
Did you go read what Delilah did in the Bible,
cursed her whole life. Do you hear me?
And now I know Delilahs who act like Delilahs thanks to you naming her Delilah. Please go do your research. Quit being a Dumbo.
You hear me?
It's not going to hurt you to take 7 extra minutes to read something.
Yeah.
Yam it.
So you want to talk about that. And then in world news, we want to talk about the 4 million people, according to CNN, quit their jobs in April 2020, including 649,000 retail workers, creating millions of jobs and a shortage of applicants. The article states that workers that are needed are in the hospitality and transportation fields, because they just they're not able to fill those positions.
That's
in the article.
All those positions are all those, I ain't finna be doing this too long, no way positions. And if something cracks, I'm fixing to take it positions. That's what happened.
I can see that. I can see being not all hospitality when it comes to hotels, because me and you, we have hotels background.
What? So I know. So man, I talked to my buddy yesterday.
Well,
man.
maybe
he started his barbecue truck.
Yeah, maybe
he's like, I'm done with hotels, man. And the dude goes, I know his barbecue looks good. He's pushing it down on the video, and it's all the juice coming out of it. I'm like, I'm glad you left hotels, bro, because you're not getting that kind of meat out here.
No, but maybe front desk. But I'm saying, like, when you're in catering and sales and different things, like the positions that I was in, there's an opportunity to really advance in those positions if you like the hospitality industry.
Definitely now with all the big openings.
Yeah, but I just feel like a lot of the people, the article was saying that some of the people that were in those positions ended up having to move around because of the pandemic. So say you had some chefs, that were working in, like, say, Las Vegas, for example. You got chefs that are working in casinos, and now they can't work. They have to go find something else to take care of their family. And so now they're in another state or another city or whatever. And so the place where you would have had an ample amount of chefs to hire, they've gone elsewhere. And so that's what they were saying. A lot of the skill sets have moved away because they're like, I gotta go where the money is. Yeah.
We went out, but we'll talk about that later.
What the skill set we went out with?
Those chefs or cooks or whatever they were must have just started.
Oh.
As we came into the restaurant, they must have.
Oh, yeah.
As we were walking in to wait on our table, they must have hired them then. We're short staffed. You look chefy. I like those chefy pants you have on. Come in the back and cook.
And they had on the white tennis shoes too.
Yep.
So, okay. Well, yeah. So that was it. We want to talk about that. And people, there are jobs out there. There are jobs out there. So don't say that you can't find a job.
Why that dude's telling you he can't, man, I can't find no work because of pandemic. That's something he can do.
Yeah, it's absolutely something he can do.
Man, so we're to my favorite segment of the show, Hated or Crated.
Yeah.
If you're an up-and-coming artist or someone looking for some airplay or just a focus group or somebody to listen to your stuff and give you honest feedback about what you're doing, shoot it on over to us, man.
Yeah.
and let us review it.
And don't be scared. Go to our website, www.foodforthesoulmediagroup.press, and go to Crate It or Hate It and submit your music. Or email us at foodforthesoulpresents.com for more info. So we're gonna listen.
We're gonna do my boy Tico again, man, because I'm a Tico fan. My wife, she's on another level, but this is a new track, and this is not in English, by the way.
Okay.
It's a Tigre del Norte.
Okay.
I believe I pronounced that wrong, but I love it. Let's get it.
Tigre del Norte.
Good looks on that there, Quan.
¿Sabes lo que cuesta la vida? La verdad.
Lucky. Genius.
Me recuerdo lo que me decía mi jefe cuando era chiquito. Mira, no importa lo que pasa en la vida, no te agüites, nomás le sigues. Pues aquí estamos, el tigre del norte. ¿Ah? Mira nomás cómo te va, nomás es subir a la gente. Dame tu mano, confía en mí, ya sabes, levanto la gente. Los Estados Unidos no quieren mi gente. Dime por qué, presidente. No llores, mamá, voy a decir la verdad, no me van a colgar. Dile papá, no se preocupen, no me van a matar. No corro por nada, no importa que digan que soy legal. Mira mi ojo y tiene valor para mirar la verdad. Dicen lo que era, pero nunca me escucha. Mamá me dijo, la gente no ayuda. Haz tu trabajo y sigue la lucha. Haz tu dinero, ¿pa' qué te preocupas? Recuerdo cuando era chiquito, decían que era loquito. Vendiendo cositas chiquitas nomás para tener un poquito. Nomás supieran de dónde venimos, no era bonito. Teniendo enemigos, sabiendo la vida, no habían amigos. Tomando cerveza a la noche, sabiendo lo frega la mente. ¿Sabe mi gente? Ponte más fuerte. ¿Qué es lo que quieres?
Okay.
Usa tu mente. Este gobierno matando a la gente. No llores, mamá.
Okay. So after this video, along with the song, I'll take back if I said anything about Tico.
Yes.
I'll take back what I said about him. As far as this music, I enjoyed the beat tremendously.
Right, you can hear it everywhere.
I enjoyed the beat tremendously, and I didn't have to know what he was talking about to know that he was talking about something significant. He was talking about something that meant something, and it wasn't about, bitches and hoes or whatever.
Right.
And so I liked it.
Cool,
I liked
man.
It. I like that you chose to play the video. Yeah.
I feel the song is good. I feel like it's great, and it's the type of song that you can hear anywhere.
Yeah.
I can already from his plays, whenever people start listening to it, there's going to be people that are doing network shows and movies and all that are need that type of sound for scenes. Yeah. And they're going to get his song because of who he is. Yeah. So I believe that. So
I can see that. So I appreciated it.
I appreciate you.
I wish I knew what he was saying. So we'll
he'll
have to
tell
get,
you.
we'll have
Just
to get Talia.
He'll tell you.
Okay.
Or I'll have Talia translate.
Okay, we'll have to get Talia to translate for us so we can know what he's talking about. But if it went along with the video, it seemed like it was he was trying to talk about a message.
Yeah, definitely.
So that was cool. So I want to make sure we talk about the Monday night movie review before we leave.
Oh, we got
and a couple of other things. So the Monday night review, the movie review, we watched a movie called The Fanatic, which is crazy because John Travolta starred in it. So there's so many movies, you guys, that John Travolta and our best friend Nicolas Cage star in that are on networks that we've never even heard, never came out, none of that.
These
right?
boys make movies like just going to work like during the week.
Yeah. So this 2019 American psychological horror thriller film, directed and co-written by Fred Durst, stars John Travolta as an autistic man obsessed with meeting his favorite actor, which was played by Devon Sawa. And I thought that the movie was good. Oh, Tico, we gave him how many microphones did we give him?
Oh, 5 mics.
5?
Yep.
Okay. And so for the movie, I like the movie. I really I like the fact that I saw John Travolta in a different light. He really stretched himself playing an autistic man, and he was believable to me. Because a lot of times a lot of actors can't really nail a role where they have to be, slow or disabled or anything like that, and really kind of keep that going. And he did a really good job to me.
So I thought he did wonderful, man. Everything from the shirts the Florida ass shirts to that dummy haircut he had.
Oh my God, the haircut
everything was
stupid.
great, man. He did wonderful. I think the movie felt like a completion of The Joker and Unhinged.
Okay.
It felt like those movies
combined,
shaken up and run together.
Yeah.
To make sense.
Uh-huh.
Because like Unhinged was good, but I felt like there's some things left off.
Okay.
The Joker was good, but also a few more things left out of that movie that could have been explained.
Okay.
And I think this movie did that.
Right, because it showed
from that kind of personality trait.
Right. It showed the fact that he just had enough.
Yeah.
But he just kind of was like, I'm just in awe of this actor, of this person, and so I just need to meet you. And you don't understand how I've been following you and what I've done for you and all these other kind of things or whatever. So he's like, whatever the character, you have to know.
Now, there's some twists in this movie to me that seem a little bit supernatural.
Uh-huh.
Or is that what you call that?
I don't know.
Like it was sci-fi almost. Because that little girl was like an angel.
Mm-hmm.
And the way she operated in that movie, why did Devin Sawa's character handle that so graciously? Whenever he was getting arrested and everything, he was flipping out. None of that. You just kind of took it like, I already know I'm a bad guy and this and that.
I don't know.
Was Travolta's character, which is kind of similar to Michael, was he supposed to be used to like pull this dude and make him go to prison because some other bad stuff that he's done? Because the movie seemed like it was like it can be a part 2.
Yeah, that was weird. It was weird, but and we don't want to give the movie away. But The Fanatic 2019.
Watch it.
It's an American psychological horror thriller. If you are a John Travolta fan and a Devin Sawa fan, which I am from Final Destination.
Yes.
Watch this movie. It was a really good movie. I thought it was interesting the way they put the spin on being a fan.
Yeah,
being a fan of someone.
Yeah, it was good.
And
I think that was a good point.
And making sure that you respect your fans, because your fans are the ones who get you to where you need to be. So even if you're having a bad day, you can't have a bad day when you're in a situation where you're supposed to be reaching out to the fans. You know what I'm saying? It's not, we're not talking about somebody running up on you while you're having dinner with your people.
Yeah.
But if you're at a book signing or you're at a press conference or whatever you're at, where fans are bound to come and want to take pictures and shake hands, you can't treat them crazy.
I'm curious to know whose fan was this that they emulated in this film.
Yeah, I don't know.
And it seemed the movie makes you feel like it was Dursty.
Mm-hmm.
It made you feel like you're watching Fred Durst, like if you know his work.
Yeah.
From music or whatever. So I liked it, man.
Yeah. And so last, you guys, we are just gonna hit on the Shy and Power real quick before we go into our end conversations. But I wanted to put this out there only because every time I try and get my husband to continue watching The Shy with me, where I know a lot of people are, and then Power Book 3, I think, is coming out with Kanan's story or whatever. He just has a problem with watching these shows with me, and I just wanted to find out why. Like, what is so bad, do you think, about these shows where you're like, I'm just done with it?
They're just starting to irritate me, man.
Okay.
I don't know if I can explain the type of irritant. It's like it's kind of like whenever I have my contact flipped inside out.
Okay.
Early in the morning, it's super early. It's 4:30. I put my contact in, it's flipped inside out. It bothers me.
Okay.
But just enough to make me go, and it stops bothering me, and then it bothers me again.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's a weird. I watch it, and I accept it for a second, and then I'm like super irritated by it. I'm like, I gotta take this contact out and flip it, man. I don't know why I keep wanting to wear this thing like this, thinking I can get away with this all day.
Mm-hmm.
So it's weird. I can't really explain why. I think we're overdoing this narrative of garbage.
Okay.
Of
the fact of highlighting
how we make drug dealers and murder cool. It's like, why? When did that become? Why is that cool in our community? I never seen no other race of people acting like that's just now we've seen it in media, but like in real life.
But is it cool? Is it cool, or is it just them showing the reality of this lifestyle?
Is it the only reality? Because it's not the only reality I know.
Well,
it's not the only reality of the 10 people that are around me. So I don't know.
Right. And so I just, like you guys know that I'm a writer and director, actor, all that stuff. I just appreciate the writing. I appreciate the acting, and I just feel like they're just telling stories. So to me, it doesn't bother me because it's not my life. But they're just telling stories of people and what happens when this happens. What happens when I'm a drug dealer? What happens when I'm a crack addict? What happens when I have a baby and
But I know drug dealers and stuff and all that, and they don't go through none of that. Yeah. Like all that extra stuff just seems like it's just.
So you think
fanatical.
that they're okay? Or you think that they're fantasizing and making it more than what it is?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Nobody wants to be living like, what is that?
Nobody wants to live like Ghost. Don't nobody want to be like, okay.
It's silly.
All right. Well, we are at the end of our show, you guys. And we're at the end of the show, and I want Bobby to go ahead and get it. Are you scared?
Yes.
You ready? Don't be scared.
All right, let's go. I just wrote this here.
So. Okay. Make sure. Do what you do.
Quan, drop that beat, please.
You all late. He done already dropped it.
Yeah, I said it. Man, what do you mean Barks has back? These silly misfits are seriously trying to tell us that murders on the premises make us not murderers look like we deserve a reward. What are you saying, doofus? I get it, but whatever. You say you love your kid until your kid decides to think for themselves. You sound silly. You have issues, and you're stuck because you're a liar. Afraid to live in your own dreams, so you force your old failed ones on the next line. You missed it, mama. Them dudes saved that fella from the fire, as we should all be trained to do. Consider our dark American history. Cross burnings and bonfires. We overcome. Bad customer service generally means the food's fixing to slap. And moreover, H&M manager, move over. Let me get that slot since all the stuff is opening up. I'm trying to build my brand. You're trying to build social likes. Change the course of your thinking and see your course change.
Scary.
Yeah.
Scary. That's funny, Bobby. That's funny. I will buy own music, but I like that though.
I was hoping it was gonna be the new beat.
Yeah. What new beat?
Did I send you a new beat?
You didn't.
It's my fault.
So that's your fault. Now give me my beat, Quan. Why should you care? It starts with us.
The beat starts in the beat.
Yeah. It starts with us, those that can see, those that are not just woke but spiritually woke. It starts in the reprogramming the minds of our children and a lot of us, and helping those who we trust to educate our children, if that makes sense. No law should be put in place to tell me how to be a parent to my child, for when that happens, we are truly in despair, knowing that we will soon be turning out clones instead of God-fearing, moral, independent thinking adults. People are becoming lazy and expecting handouts from the government to fix everything that the government broke, and that we willingly have accepted for years and years. Some because of our ignorance and wrong teaching, and others because we were too blinded by selfish ambition. Destiny lies in our ability to come together for the greater good of us. We may not be able to help or save everyone, but if we do our part, we can help to shape those that are willing to hear.
Big time.
Absolutely so. So you guys, that is our show. Tune in every week Mondays at 7 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time here on Vegas Hype Media and on our FB page and YouTube station. Also, we are looking for sponsors. So if you like what you hear every week, consider sponsoring a show or your business with us. And if you want to be a guest on the show, we're looking for you too. Hit us up at foodforthesoulpresents@gmail.com. Stay tuned in this week for our show segments In the Mix with Kasha Brown and more. Our show tonight has been sponsored in part by Sugarfoot's Boutique in Kansas City, Missouri, and as always, Orlay Worldwide.
And
we
Pit
are
Liquor.
out.
Get you some Pit Liquor.
Pit Liquor.
You have to. That stuff will save and change your life. Sorry.
We'll talk about that next week.
Oh my God.
Yeah. See you guys later. Bye.